want to say that painting in France is different than painting in America because if you want a palpable sense of the difference in culture, all you have to do is be a painter. Because in America, if I paint outside, if there's any other people around, they will talk to me, whether my body language or my actual language says talk to me or not. Americans just talk to you if they want to talk to you. Versus I mostly sit in the square. I almost always sit where there's plenty of people in France. But people have a kind of discretion, almost like they were be in church. If they're interested in your work, which many people are in France, they almost always notice what you're doing, and you get a sense that they, even if they don't stop or say anything, that of approbation, that they approve of you doing that, no matter where you're doing it. And I'm sometimes perched in very odd places. But they stop and they have a discretion, almost as if, again, you were in church. They don't push themselves forward. If you indicate to them that you're open to conversation, they almost always are welcoming to that, which is also unusual for French, who don't strike up conversations normally with strangers, but they do if they're painters, because they like and are interested in painting for its own sake. In America, if someone has the conversation, number one, they don't wait and they're not seeking feedback as to whether you want to talk. They want to talk, they're going to talk to you. In France, they wait for feedback to not interrupt you. And I like both. I like people who like to talk to me, but I also like, if I'm doing something really that takes a concentration, I don't want to talk right then because I'll ruin my painting. And the French notice that, and the Americans don't. And here's the amazing thing. In America, within about 5 minutes, I think every single time, someone will say, "Do you sell your artwork?" And they're not asking it because they want to buy it. They're asking it because they want to know how much you sell it for. And that will tell them whether it's worth anything. I cannot emphasize enough how absolutely not that is the French conversation. Number one, the French don't like to talk about money. It's rude. It's sort of like burping in public or something like that. And it would never even occur to them to ask an artist, if they're selling, because that's not what they're interested in. They're interested in the painting, not the selling. And they sure as heck won't ask you how much, because that's not the value of the painting. And that's why I love painting in France.